evening, ghosts and ghouls. You're listening to a horrible podcast.
Good evening, boys and girls. It's the one, the only, JT Ripper, and I'm here with
Todd Of Thunder.
And you're listening to a horrible podcast. And today we're going to be going with part 1 of 3 with The Thunder's top 150 horror movies of all time.
Yep.
Wow.
I have sat down and conjured up a list of my 150 favorite horror films, and I think I got them pretty tightly packed.
You're tightly packed.
Yeah. They make things to get you untightly packed.
I'm tightly packed. Or untightly packed.
But, yeah, this should be fun. This is kind of... The Ripper will do his at future dates, but I had mine ready to go, and I think today we're going 150 to 101, and then second we'll do 100 to 51, and then lastly we'll do 50 to number 1. So,
you know what would have been great for an intro song?
What's that?
It's the final countdown.
Oh, yeah. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, well, we're doing it this way. That way, for any 3 of the listeners out there, even if we had 50,000 people listening to this, I would still say that.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody to think that we just copy each other's homework, so to speak. You know, I mean, me and the Thunder have very, very similar horror movie taste.
Yeah. Every time we do a countdown or anything like that, we specifically do not ask each other questions. Or if we do, we refuse to fucking answer them.
Yeah, we didn't got to the point where we don't even really talk about, like, movies we got to review. We're just kind of like, what you think?
Yeah.
Yep.
We pretty much like the general, like, the natural reaction, you know, to lists, to reactions, to anything. Like, even when we go and see a movie in theaters, we won't really talk about it until we get up on here and let our thoughts go. So
it's for the people.
Yeah. So this is my list. Like I said, it's 150 to 101, and
do you want to tell the listeners about, like, even though it's at 150, it's still an amazing movie?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if I flat out do not like a movie, it's not going to be on my list at all. I'm not going to put, that movie is so popular, I had to put it. No, this is my personal list, and I want general reactions. I want people, not only you, but the people that listen to this, I want them to go, what the fuck? You had that one so low, you had that one so high, why is that one in front of that one, blah, 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 blah. Like, these are the kind of conversations I want to spark up. So, you know, I'm not going off of any website. I'm not going off of any countdown of, you know, popularness or whatever. This is straight, like, my own opinions. There'll be some old films. There'll be some new films. There'll be some middle-aged films. You'll have it all in here. I got clowns. I got demons. I got killers. I got...
Bring kids down.
I got
demons running all through me.
I got when animals attack. I got it all here. And we're going to jump right into it.
Okie dokie.
With number 50. Excuse me. 150. This is Well, coming in at number 150, came out in 1988, which was the year we were born, and that is Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh my God! No!
Sorry. That's very low. I thought that would be higher.
Exactly. That's the reaction I want. But, hey, kicking it off with a horror comedy. I do love Killer Clowns from Outer Space. It's very quotable. It's very cheesy, which is why,
huh?
which is why it's very quotable. It's a good little cheesy little low budget film.
You know what we should do? Speaking of this, it's piggybacking off of that. We should do like our top 5 or 10 clowns.
Yeah, we could do this.
Yeah.
I'll probably get the top 5 out of this list anyway.
I was going to say, I mean, because that's a conversation for another day. But Killer Clowns from Outer Space is an amazing movie. It's probably, it's called a horror comedy, but it's very sick, dark humor comedy in it, crumedy.
Well, they got the ray guns and shit in it, but instead of turning people into a pile of flesh, they turn them into cotton candy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like dark humor. You rip it off, and it's just, they look like something out of Hellraiser inside the cocoon.
Oh, yeah. So,
but
150
amazing movie
is Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
I like it.
So, coming in at number 149 is from 1931. We're going way on back, and it is Bela Lugosi's Dracula.
Wow.
Yeah, I know that Dracula kind of started off the Universal monster movies, but I got to tell you, I love the movie, but it's my least favorite out of the Universal monster pictures. Well, I shouldn't say my least favorite because there's some that I didn't even put on this list. But compared to others such as Wolfman, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Creature, and all that, I put it at the bottom. I think that I've seen, better adaptations of Dracula, but not putting it down. It's still a classic. It started it all, and it's the reason. Besides Nosferatu, which was a totally different type of vampire film, this one was, the first Dracula film where he's more seductive, because from a distance he looks like a regular dude, but he gets you with the eyes.
I always loved the shot of Dracula where, it's like a close-up on his face, but they always highlight his eyes with, lighting.
Yeah, and it's almost like, Dracula hates the light, so he has that surprised look on his face, almost like, holy shit, it's light.
Okay. Honestly, that one would be further up on my list because I like that one better than probably Invisible Man and stuff.
Well, that's your list, fucker.
That's my...
Coming in, fucker, at 148. It's from 2006, and it is Slither.
Okie dokie. Horror. Would you call it a horror comedy or just horror with comedy elements?
It's a horror sci-fi movie with comedy elements to it. I wouldn't call it a flat-out horror comedy.
Because we quote that movie quite a lot.
Yeah, that's why I found...
Little fuckers are eating me alive.
That's why I found a spot on it on my list. There's a lot of horror films, especially in, like, the mid-2000s up, that don't get... They either don't get respect or they get too much respect. Like, oh, God, this is the greatest movie ever. And it's like, have you seen a lot of horror movies? Or they go, that movie sucks. And then I'll watch it and I'm like, that was fucking great.
I love Slither. It's such a, if you've never seen it, it's a Parasite type movie.
Yeah, it's about these little worms coming from outer space, getting into people, much like Invasion of the Body Snatchers or Night of the Creeps. Same premise.
Yeah, just done slightly different. It's a good concept. You don't get to see too many movies like it, but it's very underrated. It would probably be on my 150 list.
Coming in at 147 is from 2012, and it's Stitches.
This movie, another like under the radar clown movie that is just. I remember you telling me about this movie, and you're like, bro, I have never laughed so hard at a fucking horror movie in like forever.
Yeah.
This movie is fucking, oh God.
And it's all the more funny because, like, everybody, I think they all have Irish accents. They're either Irish or British.
No, it's British.
I can't tell them apart.
It's British accent.
But, yeah, you mix in the accents with it, and in my opinion, as an American, it's like even more funny.
It's like intensified because of their like accents and everything.
Yeah, because they use a lot of
slang words
that we don't use. Like
they drop cunt like we drop fuck.
Yeah, you know, like instead of saying what the fuck, it's like for fuck's sakes.
For fuck's sakes, you cunt.
Yeah.
Where the fuck you going, cunt?
Which makes it even more funny.
Which is fucking great. But yeah, it's another clown movie. If anybody is out there, it's about this really shitty birthday clown that winds up dying at a kid's birthday party. And then spooky shit starts happening when, Stitches comes back.
Yeah, he comes back I believe 18 years later, or not quite that long, but he comes back when all of the kids that were at the birthday party turn 18, and he seeks his revenge and kills them one by one.
So
whatever.
it's like Freddy Krueger, but with a clown.
Yeah. Coming in at number 146 is from 1981, the first entry of a slasher film on my list, and that is The Burning.
Wow.
That's crazy. That movie is very, very much higher. Wow.
Well, The Burning is it's a slasher film. It's
one of my favorites.
It's mine too. That's why it's on the list. I'm not, like I said, I'm not shitting on any of these movies. This is just where they fall. Out of all the camp movies, though, this one is at the bottom of my list.
That's crazy. Crazy.
I mean, I like the killer, the old Cropsey killer, got burned and now he's coming back to life. Or he never died. He's just seeking revenge. He's got the shears, killing people, blah, 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 blah. I think the reason why I got this at the bottom when it comes to the camp slasher films is it takes it a little while to get started.
It does have a slow start.
Takes it just a little bit while, but it's still a great movie. But that's number 146.
Okay.
Number 145 is fairly recent. Fairly. When I say fairly, I mean it's very recent. It is the most recent film to come out from 2023, this year. I put Evil Dead Rise.
Well, I don't know if I'd put that over The Burning.
Well, you take Kobe and I'll take Jordan. We'll see who wins.
In this case, I'd be taking Jordan and you'd be taking Kobe. But
No.
yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck? Wait a minute. I got some.